Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're in the car again, as you can see. So today we're going to do a drive with me and we're going to tell you some happy news stories. As unfortunately at the moment, with a lot of stories about COVID-19 in the press at the moment, a lot of it is quite negative, and we wanted to bring a bit of light-hearted fun to your day. So we're going to tell you some positive, some funny, some very random news stories that have happened in the last couple of months. Hopefully it lightens your day and makes you have a bit of a laugh.
Before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first story, the first headline today on the news is... Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Let's go.
It's a good one. I love this one. I laughed when I read this. Okay. Man reunited with prosthetic leg after boy finds it on a treasure hunt.
Very good. Very nice.
So, the prosthetic was found by a 13-year-old Sebastian Morris, who was scuba diving the Panama City jetties. Man reunited with prosthetic leg after boy finds it on a treasure hunt. This was on Sky News, but it wouldn't have been broadcasted, I don't think, on the TV. I never heard of it. But here's a little backstory. So, the prosthetic was found by 13-year-old Sebastian Morris, who was scuba diving the Panama City jetties. A man who lost his prosthetic leg while surfing in Florida has got it back after a boy found it during a treasure hunt. Can you imagine, like, you're just out there doing your little Easter egg treasure hunt, waiting for your little cream egg or your mini egg, and then bam, prosthetic leg. More than you bargained for.
I want to know how long he had lost it for.
I don't know.
So like, had he already gotten a new prosthetic leg?
I don't know.
Or what?
I don't know if it's like months later it just pops up on the beach and there's just this leg, or like, is it...
Like, I'm sure he'd gone through some like, good times with that leg, so I'm sure he's going to use it again anyway, but like...
It's such a good story.
I'm sure like he's gone out to get another one by the time he got it, but... I
don't know, let's read into it more. Army veteran Carter Hess had been surfing at St. Andrews Bay on Panama City Beach on the 11th of April when a wave knocked off his $3,000 titanium prosthetic limb, which it says here is £2,457, which was custom made for surfing. Well, that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool. I didn't know they could do that. I knew immediately.
He would have been well annoyed when he lost it then.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, that's $3,000. Don't know why I did Aussie accent again.
He's probably still paying it off. But he's got it now.
I've surfed in much bigger waves and it never came off like that. Mr. Hess tried searching for 2 days but was unsuccessful, and weeks went by without any sightings of the leg. So it was weeks. I never read the caption earlier, by the way, that's why I'm shocked. How nice is that story? Like, can you imagine a little kid just finding your prosthetic leg because he did a treasure hunt, and the picture is really cute. Look at the kid, he's so happy that he's got the guy's leg back and he's reunited.
Show us the picture.
It's a funny story, I like that.
That's good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was on Sky News apparently, so there you go. Very official source, so it must be legit. On to the next one. This is maybe my favorite because it's so cute, and I have to pop up on screen this one so you get the actual video. But yeah, it's really, really cute. So at Bryn Selin Care Home, I don't know, I think that's like maybe a Welsh care home because I can't really pronounce that, but a care home. Residents really enjoyed playing a new game today, Hungry Hippos. Lots of laughter to lift morale of the team and residents. And they've got them all on their wheelchairs, and then their carers are behind them pushing them into the centre, and each of the residents has got like this like little box that they have to capture the balls that are on the ground, like Hungry Hippos. So they all like go forward with their little broom and then capture it with their box, their plastic box, and then bring it back. But can you imagine, like, the carers would have got so competitive, like, come on Sally, Bob, faster! And these little old people are just like capturing the balls and then gotta win for the team.
It'll be like
It looks a bit chaotic as well when they like meet in the middle and they're just all like crashing. Their wheelchairs are just like banging together.
Yeah, like the old ladies are trying to get rid of the like the culprits with like a broom or something. And, and start like
they've had
fighting
practice.
off the other contestants because they're trying to get the W.
That is so good. But looks pretty hard because they also didn't think about the fact that they have like a laminate floor or something, so every time they like glide forward on the wheelchairs and the resident has the little box to capture it, they just push the balls out of the centre. So it's probably a right mess clearing that up for the rest of the day. But what a good laugh. They all look like they're absolutely loving life, and yeah, definitely very inventive. Would not have thought to do hungry hippos with elderly people on wheelchairs. That's yeah, that's the first.
Could be in the next Olympics, that one.
Grandma Olympics. Hungry hippos. Can picture it now. This one's just funny. There's not much to discuss, but I just thought it was funny. So obviously with the current situation, coronavirus, no traveling, no international travel, you can't do anything like that. And this story made me laugh. So it says, man was planning to propose in Iceland, but obviously due to coronavirus he couldn't travel, he couldn't propose to his wife, clearly wanted to do it, so instead he proposed at, guess. He wanted to propose in Iceland. You have no idea.
In the frozen section of the supermarket?
Very close. He proposed at Iceland's food supermarket instead. The picture is absolutely hilarious. They look like it's such a normal thing, like to propose in the supermarket. And this guy's down on one knee, obviously, proposing to his well, now fiance, and he's just like beside the cash desk to Iceland with all the like crates, supermarket crates behind them in the baskets. And then in the background is just like, love it or hate it, just try it. And it's like a Marmite ad. I kind of like the idea that, you know, he wanted to do it in Iceland, can't match it, but we'll just do it at Iceland food supermarket. But imagine just being in there shopping and just like seeing that happen. You're just like,
this guy dropped down
double
on
take.
One knee.
You're like, wait, I know I've been inside a long time and I haven't seen a lot of people, but am I going crazy or is this actually happening in Iceland right now?
Good on him.
Good on him. Any other comments on that, Mr. Truan?
No, I think he's done pretty well.
Nothing else to add to that story?
No, nothing at all. He's done very well.
Okay, moving on to the next one. So this one isn't actually a funny story, but I just like it, and it's a good talking point. So Tesco's becomes the first UK supermarket to launch plasters in a range of skin tones. So obviously up until this point, this article I think was about the end of February, so a couple of months ago now, but very interesting that's not happened already. Yeah,
I think the ones with like the Simpsons and like Elmo and all those on it are better anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, if you're 5. Is that your plaster of choice? You go to the aisle in Asda and you're just like, nah, I don't want a skin tone one, I'll go for Mr. Bub or SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, yeah, he was a good one too.
Classic. Picture, I'll pop up on screen again, and yeah, it's just the different plasters, so it just shows a light, medium and a dark. Next story is, boy 5 invites his entire class to watch his adoption. A 5-year-old boy in Michigan has invited his whole kindergarten class to witness his legal adoption and warmed hearts across the world. And I just love the picture. The only reason I chose this is for the fact that can you imagine like the court judge just like seeing a full room of kids, like there's just a couple of adults in the picture and it's just all these kids behind, and they've got like these little love hearts that they're like sticking up in the air for the kids. What are we doing today, guys? We're going to court with Billy Bob. Hey, this is a nice story if you're into anything like eco or recycling or just general looking after the planet. you'll like this story. So, new plant-based bottles from Carlsberg and Coca-Cola will degrade in a year. So, they're saying, could this finally be the solution to the battle against plastic and glass bottles? So, obviously, plastic takes so long to biodegrade, doesn't it? The source was The Guardian, actually. But yeah, so apparently it can degrade in a year, these bottles. So that's a lot faster than normal. So that'd be really good, but I don't know how expensive it would be and like if many companies would start on board. But the fact that Coca-Cola, which is a massive brand, is getting behind it, and Carlsberg, they're beer? It's Carlsberg beer. Yeah, two big companies are behind this. So, I mean, Coca-Cola owns a lot of companies.
But if it's biodegrading in a year, what's the use by date on the Coca-Cola? Because it's not going to degrade into nothing before the use by date, so we're just going to have a whole heap of Coca-Cola on the bottom of the floor.
I don't think it means like that. I thought you were serious, I was getting a bit worried. In the UK, like even when you go to the supermarket, a lot of the food is packaged in plastic because you want to be as environmentally friendly as possible, but if your big supermarkets aren't even doing it, then it kind of makes it very difficult too. And obviously like everyone does have recycling bins and we do our like best that we can with that, but at the end of the day, if we just weren't buying as much plastic, it wouldn't have to be recycling and there wouldn't be so much waste turnover every year. So I think it is good that having some, well perhaps a plastic that is gonna degrade within a year is a lot better, so it's not just sat there for years and years and years in a landfill site. One, taking up space, and two, it's just really bad for a lot of marine life, isn't it, as well? Because it doesn't all end up at landfill sites or recycling centres, a lot of it ends up in the sea or in cities and causes pollution, etc, etc. We could talk all day. On to another one, a slightly different story today, but we've had a bit of environmental, we've had a little nice proposal story, a treasure hunt, plastic, talking about different products for plasters coming in. We've seen everything today on our news story. It's very fast. We welcome all news stories. We are very welcoming on this channel. If you have any positive news stories, please comment them below. We need to get the positivity out there in this very uncertain time. But without further ado, we will move on to the next story. A nursing home in France saves all 106 residents from COVID with a 47-night sleepover. First I read this and I was like, what does it mean? They all had a sleepover. I pictured, you know, they had marshmallows, s'mores, they had pillow fights, the whole shebang, and I was like, what? So I read on.
Come on, keep reading, see what...
It doesn't tell me anything else. We have to just, we'll have to just make up our own story.
Oh, really?
Hi guys, Editing Jenny here. So I actually did a little bit more research on that story to find out exactly what the 47-night sleepover was. And it turns out the owner of the nursing home actually closed the building and invited all of the staff and the residents to stay in the nursing home for that period of time. So yeah, that's what happened. All of the staff stayed in the nursing home, nobody left or anything, to try and make sure that the coronavirus was not spreading and that none of her residents would be infected. But yeah, quite an interesting story. On to the next one. This is the one that I actually want to talk about. So, one, because the picture is great and it was on BBC. I'll post it up again so you can see, just here, covering Tim's face. Residents of a Sheffield street come together every morning for a socially distanced dance class. And that would just be hilarious, because I was picturing our street. We live with like a couple of cottages, very ranging in age groups and personalities. It would be a very interesting exercise class. Not sure you would catch a couple of our neighbours doing the dancing salsa, but
you would have more cows and sheep doing that.
Oh yeah, the cows are all social distancing, doing a little boogie, a little twerk with the sheep, that kind of thing. But I wanted to put this in the news today because how did that work with the teacher? How loud was the teacher shouting? Like, to the right, up, down, high knees, and circle, salsa, salsa.
That's such a PT's way of looking at it. Maybe it was just like Chinese whispers without whispering, and it was just like one
Pass
person
on.
do a move and then it passes on all the way down the road.
Just beyond me. I mean,
And then they start singing Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo.
But honestly, like, it must have been great fun. They all got involved. It looks like a lovely sunny day. They're all getting their exercise, they're getting their sunshine, their vitamin D, all the good things. But the poor teacher's lost her voice.
Yeah,
She's lost her voice because she's been shouting down the whole of the street to the whole
Maybe
neighborhood.
she had a megaphone.
She got to. She must have had a nice little setup going, you know, with her mic, and maybe she had her like little leg warmers on and her sweatband, like 80s workout video to get in the mood. Because I mean, a lot of these people in there could relate to that era.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. They're wearing spring chickens that were doing the dancing. A 10-year-old created a hug curtain to hug her grandparents and still keep them safe. And oh my god, it melted my heart when I saw the picture. Because at first I was thinking, yeah, but they've got their arms around each other, skin on skin. Like, that's not, you know, following any of the rules. But they've really gone all out with this curtain that they've made. Big long gloves on, they're wearing like this, looks like I don't even know, it's just like massive sleeves. 10-year-old Paige Ockery spent several hours with her mother Lindsay creating a hug curtain.
What does it do?
So they can hug each other but they're not in contact. She just wanted a hug from her granny. You're not around that. It's not around that controversial. This news, I didn't say it was always going to be positive from Tim's
I
side.
thought you weren't meant to actually come near each other anyway.
But she wanted a hug.
Very good, like very
It was
nice.
just very inventive. Like, you see the whole curtain they've made and
It looks
the
like
holes and...
in
Wow.
scientists in laboratories, you know, they poke their hands through the thing and they play with whatever's in the thing and then.
Wow, there's just so many things. We're really just having to guess what you're talking about here.
You know what?
This time, commentator, he needs a little bit more practice. It's all right. In the next episode of Happy News, we will be better. Don't you guys worry.
I thought the idea of social distancing was to just not go near people.
It is, but this is a 10-year-old child. Just try and look past it. It's a nice positive news story, okay, Timothy?
Yeah, but the 10-year-old child has parents. The parents should be like, sorry, you can't see Granny for a little while, but we'll get there eventually.
Okay, so we'll move on. Next one. There's a worldwide shortage of PPE. Although many people have been helping by creating a reusable fabric mask, a key group have been excluded from the movement. Ashley Lawrence, a college student studying education for the deaf and hard of hearing, has designed a face mask with a clear window that allows others to see and read lips as well as facial expressions. How sweet! Because that's just so nice, because that's obviously a massive thing. They rely on lip reading so much, don't they? Some of the time they really rely on being able to see the movements and figuring out what the person's saying.
Yeah.
And also it's kind of nice even not for somebody that's deaf, because you get to see the person's expression, and you know if they're like a nurse or something, and you're like especially elderly people, they really want to see expression. But if you're a nurse at the moment and you're going around with the PPE on, all you can see is somebody's eyes. You can't get across like personality, a smile, any kind of emotion, and that must be hard for some patients in hospitals, because I don't know, it's hard to have a social interaction with someone if you can't really tell if they're smiling, if they're sad. Like, it's very hard to get across that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the final news story today is another environmental one. So this is our finishing story. The Himalayan peaks are visible for the first time in 30 years. The mountain peaks are visible from parts of India as lockdown reduces air pollution. First time in 30 years, like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah. I've seen some I've seen a few before and after photos of this lockdown, and it's crazy. And I've seen videos in Australia, I don't know what city it was, but basically nobody in the city, no cars, no people besides whoever was filming it. It might have even been security cameras filming it, and it was just one kangaroo just bouncing down the streets, just having a leisurely stroll, which normally there'd be no kangaroos within the city. Like, they're normally out kind of in the bushland kind of areas.
Oh, hello. You don't normally get that on BBC News, do you? A big smooch on the eyelid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. So it was a little bit different, but it was nice to just drive with you, chat about happy, positive stories, and have a good laugh, nice and light-hearted. But yeah, we might do some more of these because we got to keep you guys updated on the happy news that happens over the next couple of months, and try and not watch too much of the negative news. I know it is difficult, but it's definitely really important for like your mental health and everything to try and surround yourself with as much positivity as you can.
With all news stories, they're always negative, always what's terrible happening in the world.
They never
today.
broadcast like, well, they don't broadcast many happy stories.
It's not often, so we're just going to bring you some happy stories every so often to lighten your day.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching today, the happy news on wheels. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this broadcast of the happy news, then please do like this video, subscribe down below, and comment below any happy stories. Let's share the positivity with our friends and family. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.